Hey friends, welcome to Creative Humanity. This is the chapter of class 12 World Geography, that is the world population, distribution, density and growth. So let's get started. The first topic of this chapter is density of population. Density of population is the ratio of the population by area. This is the formula given here. So in simple words, density of population means number of persons per square kilometer of area. Remember this one. So let me give you an example. Suppose in your area you all live 20 persons, 20%, and measurement of the total area is 40 square meters. That means density of an area would be population by area, that is 20 by 40 is equal to half, which means zero point 0.5 people lives per square kilometer. I hope you understood this one, or else I would give you another example. Suppose in your school you are 200 students, and your school the area in which the school is located is 100 square kilometers. That means the density of population would be 200 by 100 equal to 2. That means 2 person per square kilometers. I hope you have understood this. If you have not understood it, then please give a read through this part, and then if you have any doubt, then feel free to comment me. Next we come to factors influencing the distribution of population. Here there are three parts. The first is geographical factors. In the geographical factors, it is divided into four parts: availability of water, availability of landforms, climate, and soil. Geographical factors means the condition in which the people prefer to live. So first let us talk about availability of water. Water is the main source of our life. Without water we can't survive. So the places where the water resources are more, people tend to live there. For example, Ganga Doab. In the Ganga Doab, there the water supply is very much high, and people prefer to live there because water helps in irrigation, and it also helps to do household work. Then comes climate. People prefer to live in neither too hot or not too cold conditions. They prefer to live in temperate areas. I hope you have understood why people prefer to live in temperate zones. So next comes soil. As we all know that fertile soils are important for agriculture activities. So people prefer to live in areas near to the fertile soil. So you can well understand this one. Now comes economic factors. In economic factors there are three things: minerals, urbanization, industrialization. One thing you will keep in mind, that wherever there is minerals, there the people would go to seek jobs, because there the people are attracted towards industries. Number two, urbanization. People move from rural to urban areas in search of better jobs and education, because in rural areas the educational facilities are very low and the job facilities are also very low. So people move to urban areas in search of better livelihood. Now comes industrialization. This one is same as minerals. Areas with minerals or industries attract more people. Keep this in mind. So now we will move on to socio-cultural factors. Some places are there where there are cultural significance uh, like temples, and people tend to move there because temples attract people. So there is nothing much here. So our next topic is population growth. Population growth refers to the change in the number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time. For example, I will give you an example. Suppose if you see the 2018 table and 2020 table of population, you would see that the population has increased from 2018 to 2020. This increase in population within the 2 years is known as population growth. I hope you have understood this one. Now here are some of the definitions you need to know. First is growth of population. What is it? I have told you that change of population in a particular area between 2 points of time is known as the growth of population. Now, growth rate of population. What is it? It is simply the change of population expressed in percentage. I hope you have understood it because there is nothing to explain here. So now it is the natural growth of population. This is the population difference between the birth and the death rates. That means in a year many people are born and many people dies. So the if we subtract the birth from its death, then we will get natural growth. That means, let me give you an example. Suppose in a year means 200 people are born and 100 people died. So natural growth will be 200 minus 100 equal to 100 people. Means 100 people grow normally. So here is nothing more. Then comes actual growth of population. Actual growth of population is the when we then comes positive growth of the population. This happens when the birth rate is more than the death rate, or people from other countries migrate permanently to a region. This means when the birth rate is more than the death rate, then it is called positive growth of population. Or when people from other countries migrate to your country, then it is called positive growth of population. Now comes negative growth of population. This occurs when the death rate is more than the birth rate, or people migrating from your country to other country due to lack of some opportunities or something else. So keep in mind these two differences. Positive growth of population means when birth rate is more than the death rate, and when people migrate from other country to your country. Positive growth of population means increase in population, and negative growth of population means decrease in population, where the death rate is more than the birth rate and people migrate from your country to other countries. So now it is the components of population change. There are three components of population change: birth, death, and migration. Now, what is crude birth rate? Crude birth rate is expressed as the number of live births in a year per thousand of population. Means the number of people born in a year is calculated by the population into 100. Here the formula is given, so have a look at it. Then comes crude death rate. Crude death rate occurs when there is the number of death per thousand of population. Here the formula is given, so have a look. Wait, this one, yeah, this one. CDR equal to D by P into 1000. This is the formula. Here I have nothing to explain, so I am reading it once and you will be able to understand easily. Then comes migration. Now, what is migration? Migration means that when people move from one place to another, it is called migration. For example, I am giving you an easy example. Suppose you at 8:30 your school starts, so you move from your home to your school at 8:30. That means you migrated from your home to your school. I hope you have understood what is migration. So when you move from your home to your school, your home is your origin. Means your home is your place of origin, and your school is your place of destination, because you have to go there. Same in the case of rivers. When you come back to school, come back home from school, then your place of origin would be your school, and your place of destination would be your home. I hope you have understood this one. So yeah, then next part. Okay. Yeah, migration are of three types: permanent, temporary, and seasonal. Permanent migration is that one when you migrate from one place to another place permanently. Like, for example, if you migrate from your country to other countries and take citizenship of that country, you are a permanent migrant. Then comes temporary migration. Temporary migration means that when people migrate temporarily for 1 month. Suppose people migrating from your country to other country for jobs for 1 month, 2 months. That is called temporary migration. And then comes seasonal. Seasonal migration takes place in particular seasons, and the migration is more in rural to rural areas, rural to urban areas, and urban to urban areas. Because in the rural areas the facilities are less, like job opportunities are less, educational opportunities are less. So people move from from rural areas to urban areas in search of job opportunities, education facilities, better livelihood, etc. And people move from urban to urban areas because in some urban areas there the means what to say means from rural areas people come from urban areas, and in some urban areas the so many people come that it is crowded, so many people go to another urban areas to live a better livelihood. So this is it. uh, then comes, what are the factors of migration? It would be push factors and pull factors. What are the push factors? Push factors means when uh, when a place of origin makes you less attractive, means where you stay is less attractive to you. Why? Because there is no job opportunities, no education facilities, no better livelihood, no security. Isn't it? If in your area there is no proper uh, livelihood, no proper employment, would you like to stay there? Obviously not. You will try to stay in some other place where there is better facility of education, livelihood. So then that is the pull factors, because the place where you will go and stay for better livelihood, education, and job opportunities will attract you, means you are attracted to this place. It is the pull factor. So it is it, and nothing here. Now, trends in the population growth. See, after the evolution and introduction of agriculture about 12,000 to 8,000 years ago, the size of population was small, roughly 8 million. In the first AD, it was below 300 million. The expanding world trade during the 16th and 17th century set the stage for rapid population growth. Around the 1750s, the dawn of industrial revolution, the world population was 550 million. World population exploded in the 18th century after the industrial revolution. Here I have nothing to explain, so you just give a read to this. And from here one question may come, that what are the trends of population growth from 12,000 to 8,000? And here one question may come, that what are the trends in population growth from 12,000 years ago? So keep this in mind. Then comes your doubling of world population. Here remember this one, that it took a million years for a human population to attain a 1 billion mark, but it took only 12 years for it to rise from 5 billion to 6 billion. Here remember this part only. And nothing is there to explain you. So now let's come to impact of population change. See, if in one area the population increases, then there may be some problems, because if in one area population increases and makes crowd, then the resources like water would be low, means people would get or rather feel the shortage of water, because as population increases the demand for water also increases. As a result, the water supply would be low. So this is a cause that why the impact of population change matters to us. So give it a read from here to here, and you will understand this one. So yeah, then comes demographic cycle. What is it? Demographic cycle means it is a theory that tells us that population of any region can change from high birth and high death rates to low birth and low death rates as the society moves from rural aggregation and illiterate to urban industrial literate society. Wait 1 second. This is the definition. Okay. So what is given here? Here it is given demographic cycle is a theory that tells us when the population moves from high birth rate and high death rate to low birth and low death rate. Why? Because technology is improving and people are getting educated. So when people move from high birth and high death rate to low birth and low death rate, from rural areas to urban areas. Why? Because people are getting better livelihood and better education and better job supply in urban areas. This is known as demographic cycle. Now what is demography? Demography is the geographical name of population. So you can name it as change of population. So then comes that what are the three stages in the demographic transition theory. In the first stage there is high fertility and high mortality, because people reproduce more to compensate for their deaths due to epidemics and variable food supply. The population growth is slow and most of the people are engaged in agriculture where large families are in an asset. So in the first stage, what happens? There is high fertility and high mortality, because people reproduce more and to compensate for the death due to epidemics. And at that time, the most of the population were engaged in agriculture. So this is the first stage. In the second stage, fertility remains high in the beginning of the second stage, but it declines with time, because technology has improved and people are getting educated. And in the third stage, both fertility and mortality rate have declined compared considerably. Why? You know the answer. So yeah, give it a read once more and you will be able to understand it. If you didn't understand it, then please comment me in the comment section. I will try to answer it. So yeah, we have completed the chapter. If you find it interesting, so please give it a like and subscribe my channel for more videos like this. Thank you. Stay safe, stay happy.